well-being at that point of time for the day, and what are the goals for the day. So based on the goals for the day, you are going to be wearing the band accordingly. So that is why you have to notice. First you have to notice what is it that you are going to do today, and then you are going to choose the color of the band that you want to achieve for the day and make a difference. And third is you are going to act. So in the workplace, in your community, in your college, in your classroom, you are going to be acting what you wanted to achieve on that day. Next slide. These are the colors of the bands. These are 7 bands, 7 colors, and 7 words. Look at the words. It's warrior, resilient, optimism, compassion, speak out, empathy, and magic. So we are going to do this program for you people. On the 26th, we are going to have a program for you all. And it depends on which group you are in, whether you're an MBA, BBA, liberal arts, whatever. So you're going to be having this program, and you will learn all about this program, how it works in your life. Next. Okay, this is how the program works. So it's not a lecture, it's not a talk, it's actual work. So on day 1, what you do, day 7, what you do, day 14, what you do, and day 21. So every day you have a task. You have trainers, you have got ambassadors. We have ambassadors already at MIT World Peace University. We have ambassadors. We are looking for 20 more ambassadors from different courses, different programs. We are looking for 20 more ambassadors. So I want to let you know that I will give you a QR code. You can apply for being an ambassador. So this is like 21 days. Every day, your ambassador will be in touch with you and talk to you just for 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. And with that, you will understand what is this program, and then you work on it. And in 21 days, it becomes an habit for you. You're changing the way you act, the mindset, everything changes, okay? Next. So the first one is, we are looking at 20 total ambassadors. Okay? So practice the framework. We will teach you how to practice the framework. We will communicate. You will, as an ambassador, you will communicate, persuade, and engage your peers. And then you will coordinate with teams. We will structure the whole thing. So this is not a lecture. This is actually, it's like doing an internship program in an office. You're going to learn how to do an internship program actually for 21 days. So coordinate with team, manage the activity, and report. Every person will be reporting daily for 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes of your time. You can choose morning, evening, whatever. Just 5 minutes. And then you support your peer, all your classmates. You will be the ambassadors who are going to support this. Okay? We will structure this, so don't worry about it. But it's a 21-day workshop. Okay? Next slide. So do join as ambassadors. Do apply as an ambassador. This is going to be a great thing for you to get your job, because this is an international organization which certifies companies. We have certified Toyota, we have certified Ernst & Young, we have certified Deloitte, we have certified Microsoft. The best companies are certified in emotional intelligence. So you are going to get an opportunity to be part of these giant global 500, and they are all, when you say I have already been certified, you have an edge to get a job vis-a-vis others who have not attended a program like this. Next slide. So not the slide, the brochure. Can we have the ambassadors on stage, please? So you can see the partners that collaborate with this company, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, the World Technology, all the top brands are already part of this program. Come, please come. These are the people, the students who have already registered as ambassadors for the power of words. These are the people who are going to be your guide and make sure this program is successful at MIT World Peace University so that you all can all get the certification. Okay, and I want another 20 people to apply, and I'm trying to get it from different programs of MIT World Peace University, so everybody benefits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I have the last pamphlet. This is the program. This is on the 1st of September. But before that, we are going to have the students program on the 26th and 27th of August. Last one. The last. You will see these posters coming up in the college campus, especially at RSOL and liberal arts and all. You will see the posters. So you guys need to take the QR code and apply. So this is what it is for being an ambassador. So you can see these posters. It's going to be coming out everywhere, but the QR code is there. You need to take the QR code and apply for being an ambassador. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
This is the 4th edition of unique platform for the students to get exposure for research, innovation, design, entrepreneurship.
The entrepreneurial mindset is the next prediction how the new workspace would be. Whether you work for a startup or a corporation, you need to think like an entrepreneur, spotting opportunities, taking calculated risks, owning the outcomes.
Advanced or super specialization does not have much of a value in the era of ChatGPT and AI. In AI world, what you need is a range. You should be able to talk about a whole host of topics, talk about a whole host of dimensions, and not be very exclusive or being very, very specific. That's extremely critical for all of you.
But let me tell you, the world will change faster in the next 20 years. I don't think you will be able to foresee today how the world will change in the next 20-25 years with the amount of information that is getting shared around the world.
Which obviously for me it's like a code for let's do it smart, let's do it well, let's do it innovative.
Post-ride, if you come up with 100 problem statements, 100 into 10 solutions, that will be a great achievement to celebrate, where you can really make it not only a program, not only academic, but truly meaningful, and you will be contributing to the ecosystem.
My dear friends, situation is growing grim, and it is only you people who can bring us hope, who can bring us a ray of hope, जिस पर हम लोगों को भी लगे कि हम जिनके लिए काम कर रहे हैं वो सही में इस देश का वर्तमान है।
I request all the class teachers to kindly ensure that the students are seated in their places and aren't moving around. Thank you. I would request all the members of the audience to kindly keep their phones inside and on silent mode for the remainder of the event. Everyone. would request the technical team to kindly play the RIDE 2026 introduction video.
Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University's flagship initiative as research, innovation, design and entrepreneurship.
It is said that education is the passport for the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
We are very sure that this year also, on the similar lines, thousands of students are going to be inspired, motivated to go ahead for their entrepreneurial journeys in the coming years.
As you know, real world problems are open-ended, ill-structured, necessarily transdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. So our students' innovation journey starts with problems like this through this platform called RIDE. So welcome to RIDE again. Here you will be meeting your seniors, industry experts, innovation experts. We have taken care that this is not another series of lectures for you. Here you are meeting the people who have been there, who have done it.
The problem solving has to happen collectively. It can't happen just by engineering or a liberal art or a fine art or economic faculty, School of Economics faculty. So you all have to come together. So that is a vision, my dear friends.
I completed my RIDE last year, and some of my key takeaways from RIDE was the 4 pillars mainly. So we have the 4 pillars of research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. So if we were to look at the first 3 of research, innovation, and design, these 3 are extremely important for any business.
I'm really excited about RIDE 2026 because this is the first event in the direction of our Mission 2030, which is a startup a day.
RIDE is an experience by itself, but I think the expectation is that they're going to do something in terms of some kind of a product development, at least an ideation of a product, ideation of a service, ideation of something which would help the larger population.
RIDE has always been a platform which has rewarded everybody who takes privilege out of it, who makes initiatives out of it, who uses this platform as an opportunity.
What does RIDE actually mean? RIDE is the ocean of opportunities.
I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to listen to such great speakers come and tell us about how they've been through their whole journey.
This year, RIDE will start from 5th to 8th August 2026 with the theme Insights to Impact, Understanding the World and Changing the World.
If I have to summarize the scope and objective of this program, one of the best is that to bring the best out of you is the outcome and objective of this program.
RIDE is a credit-based academic program wherein all second-year UG students will be benefited with the journey of innovation through these all 4 days.
It is a firm belief at MIT World Peace University that we are training students not just to be job seekers but job providers.
Welcome to RIDE 2026.
All the best for you.
Welcome to RIDE, RIDE 2026.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is with immense pleasure and pride that we welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of the 5th RIDE 2026, being held at Vyas MIT World Peace University campus, Kothurud, Pune.
Today marks the culmination of a journey that has brought together ideas, innovation, research, creativity, entrepreneurship, and most importantly, the young minds determined to make a difference.
As we prepare to witness the conclusion of this remarkable edition of RIDE, we extend our warmest welcome to all our esteemed dignitaries, deans, faculty members, mentors, researchers, innovators, participants, and students. Mic testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for has arrived.
We warmly welcome our esteemed dignitaries to Vyas for the valedictory ceremony of RIDE 2026.
May we have a huge round of applause for the dignitaries. Light has always been a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and the removal of darkness.
The lighting of the ceremonial lamp marks the beginning of an auspicious occasion and symbolizes the illumination of minds through knowledge, innovation, and wisdom.
May this light inspire every idea to become a possibility, every possibility to become an innovation, and every innovation to create meaningful impact. Please welcome them with a huge round of applause. We would request our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Chenoy, sir, Chairman, Bharat Web3 Association and former Secretary General, FICCI, to kindly grace the stage. We would also like to invite our guest of honor, Ms. Poonam Kochar, Chairperson, FICCI Flow Pune. And we would also like to invite Dr. Deeksha Malik, Vice President and Head of AI, Center of Excellence at GOBP Reliance, onto the stage. Adding on, we would also like to invite our conveners and co-conveners for RIDE 2026 onto the stage to take their places on the dais. May we have a huge round of applause for our esteemed dignitaries. To begin this ceremony with a sense of pride and unity, may I request everyone to kindly rise for the national song and stay standing for the World Peace Prayer afterwards.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Shasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. यामिनीम् फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदल शोभिनीम् सुहासिनीम् सुमधुर भाषिणीम् सुखदां वरदां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
I request everyone to please remain standing for the World Peace Prayer.
नमो जीयाद्या वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवातूति गणेषु सकलार्थमतिप्रकाशु म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारि बोधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णश्च पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
May I request everyone to kindly please take their seats.
At MIT World Peace University, education is envisioned not merely as a means to achieve excellence, but as a pathway towards harmony, compassion, and peace.
Good afternoon once again to everyone present here. It is our absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to the valedictory ceremony of the 5th RIDE 2026.
Over the course of this journey, we have witnessed students and researchers question the ordinary, explore the extraordinary, and transform their ideas into solutions with potential real-world impact.
Today, as we arrive at the culmination of this journey, we celebrate not only the outcomes, but also the countless hours of research, experimentation, teamwork, perseverance, and learning that made them possible.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed dignitaries, university leadership, faculty members, mentors, organizers, deans, participants, and everyone who contributed towards making RIDE 2026 a memorable and meaningful experience.
Every institution that nurtures innovation needs people who can create an environment where ideas are not only imagined, but also encouraged to take shape.
Entrepreneurship is not simply about starting a business. It is about developing the courage to identify a problem, the creativity to imagine a solution, and the determination to transform that solution into meaningful impact.
And at MIT World Peace University, the spirit of entrepreneurship has become an important part of the university's larger vision to create future-ready and socially responsible leaders.
At the forefront of this endeavor is a leader who works towards building an ecosystem where students are encouraged to think independently, explore possibilities, and embrace innovation.
We are honored to have with us our Professor Dr. Vinod Shastri Sir, Director, Entrepreneurship, MIT World Peace University.
Sir's association with entrepreneurship and innovation makes his presence particularly meaningful at RIDE, a platform that brings together research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship under one roof. Sir, we look forward to hearing your thoughts as we formally begin today's valedictory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Professor Dr. Vinod Shastri.
So much, guys. You make me feel way more important than I am. So thank you so much for that. So, Honorable Sri Dilip Chenoyji, Dr. Diksha, Ms. Poonam Kochar, and Honorable Chief Academic Officer and Dean Academics, School Deans, my esteemed faculty colleagues, and my young riders. Last time we met here for the inauguration, that time I addressed you as co-creators because that's the course that you had completed in your first year. Now you have completed RIDE, so I'll be addressing you as riders. So welcome to this valedictory session. On 5th, we gathered here to begin a journey called RIDE, a brainchild of Dr. Rahul Karad sir. Sir, incidentally, CAO sir, incidentally, I just realized that anything that Rahul Karad sir does can be called as RIDE. If I am allowed to take a slight liberty, then I'll explain why I'm saying that anything that Rahul Karad sir does can be called as RIDE, because it is Rahul's incredibly daring experiment. All his initiatives, you look at Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad, you look at the legislators' conclave, you look at Life Transformation Center, you look at co-creation, and you look at RIDE. All of these are daring experiments, and only he could conceive events at such massive scale. So we started with the theme Insight to Impact, and with a promise that we are shifting from an event to a movement. Today, as we come to the end, I think it's worth asking ourselves, did we move? Did we actually move? Because we called it as a movement. Not from one auditorium to another, not from one session to another, but did we move from insight towards impact? That's the real question that we need to ask. Over the past 3 days, we have listened, questioned, challenged, experimented, collaborated, and hopefully discovered. Because that's what RIDE is meant to facilitate. Research helps us see what others may overlook. Innovation helps us imagine what doesn't yet exist. Design helps us create what people actually need, and entrepreneurship gives us the courage to take it to the world. But for all that to fructify, there is one critical ingredient, and that is action. So without action, an insight remains an insight, an idea remains an idea, and a prototype remains a prototype. Impact begins when we decide to do something about it. That is why the Bid Start entrepreneurial self-assessment was an important part of RIDE. We asked you not only to look at problems outside, but also to look within, to understand your strengths, your mindset, your creativity, and your appetite for risk-taking. All this is being done to help you find out whether you will take action. Because a movement cannot belong to an institution alone. It has to belong to its people. So when you walk out of this auditorium today, I request you to ask yourself, what insight will I pursue? What idea will I test? What problem will I try to solve? And what impact will I create? That is the spirit behind Mission 2030, a startup a day. A startup a day is not merely a number, it's a statement of belief that every day, somewhere in our ecosystem, someone can see an opportunity, take a chance, create value, and make a difference. And perhaps the next one could be you. So thank you so much, and all the best for the post-ride engagement. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for those words of welcome and guidance. A journey of this scale is made possible through countless ideas, initiatives, collaboration, and collective effort.
And who better to take us through the journey of RIDE 2026 than someone who has been at the center of its planning, coordination, and execution.
We now invite Utkarsh Bankapure, overall coordinator of RIDE 2026, to present the report.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, our Honorable Executive President and the backbone of our institution, Dr. Rahul V. Karad sir, respected deans, directors, faculty members, industry experts, our respected chief guests and guests of honor, welcome to the validity ceremony of RIDE 2026. As we come together to conclude RIDE 2026, we are not merely concluding 4 days of sessions and activities. We are celebrating a journey that began with understanding problems, moved towards generating ideas and designing solutions, and ultimately challenged our students to think about how those solutions could create meaningful impact in the world. The vision of RIDE, with the blessings and guidance of our revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad sir, and under the leader and inspiration of our Honorable Executive President and our backbone, Dr. Rahul V. Karad sir, is to create an ecosystem where students actually experience the journey of research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. Conceptualized in 2022 with the vision of transforming ideas into meaningful impact, RIDE has evolved into a platform that brings together students, innovators, researchers, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders. Next slide. The 5th edition of RIDE brought it with a completely new format. Instead of bringing students together in large gatherings, this year we consciously adopted a smaller, more decentralized and interaction-driven approach. We wanted students to move beyond simply listening to experts and instead engage with them and ask questions, discuss ideas, and apply what they were learning. We wanted the classroom to become the center of the RIDE experience, with interaction becoming an integral part of learning. The 4 stages of one continuous journey. This year's RIDE was planned from 5th to 8th of August, with today's validity ceremony marking its formal conclusion. Across these 4 days, we built the experience around our 4 foundational pillars, which are research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. These were not 4 isolated activities, but 4 stages of one continuous journey, designed to take our students from understanding a problem to creating a solution and ultimately exploring its potential for impact. The expert engagement at scale. To talk about numbers, one of the major highlights of RIDE 2026 was the scale of expert management. Over these 4 days, approximately 100 to 150 experts visited the MIT campus each day, resulting in nearly 400 to 450 expert engagements. Experts from diverse fields entered classrooms and interacted directly with students, sharing their experiences and perspectives on research, innovation, design, entrepreneurship, industry, and the realities of taking an idea into the real world. We also organized 4 panel discussions, one dedicated to each pillar of RIDE. Prominent speakers and industry leaders shared their perspectives on these platforms, giving our students the opportunity not only to listen, but also to question, interact, and learn directly from people who have experienced these journeys themselves. The 4 immersive boot camps. Another major component of this year's RIDEs was this. We successfully registered 1,750 student ventures, and these ventures were taken through a structured journey consisting of an introduction, expert learning, and hands-on application. The 4 boot camps were designed around a simple progression: research to insight, innovation to ideas, design to prototype, and entrepreneurship to venture. The research bootcamp challenged students to identify real-world problems, understand their root causes, identify customers, and validate their needs, resulting in an evidence-based problem insight. The innovation bootcamp then took these insights forward by generating multiple solutions, selecting the most promising idea, and understanding the opportunity, completion, and market around it. The design bootcamp transformed these ideas into tangible prototypes, followed by user testing, feedback, and improvement. Finally, the entrepreneurship bootcamp challenged students to convert their validated solutions into viable ventures by working on business models, revenue models, pricing, and financial planning. The theme for this year's ride was Insight to Impact, Eye to Eye. And I believe we have truly lived this theme. We began with insight by asking students to understand real problems. We moved from insight to ideas, from ideas to prototypes, and from prototypes towards ventures. In doing so, we tried to ensure that RIDE was not limited to ideation, but focused on execution, collaboration, and meaningful impact. As our theme rightly states, it is about moving from understanding the world to changing the world. Next, the RIDE Startup Expo. The RIDE Expo was another important highlight this year, where 60 student startups showcased their innovations. The expo provided our students with an opportunity to take their ideas beyond the classroom and present themselves to faculty members, experts, peers, and visitors. It gave students the experience of explaining not only what they could understand, but also what problem they were solving, who they were solving it, and what impact it would create. In many ways, the expo represented the transition from an idea on paper to something that could be seen, experienced, and challenged by the real world. Now, RIDE 2026 by the numbers. When we speak about the impact of RIDE 2026, the numbers tell only one part of the story. 1,750 student ventures, 4 boot camps, 4 panel discussions, hundreds of expert engagements, and 60 student startups at the expo. The real impact, however, lies in the mindset we have tried to cultivate amongst our students. The courage to question assumptions, the ability to identify meaningful problems, the willingness to accept feedback, the confidence to build, and the determination to take an idea towards execution. Because entrepreneurship is not simply about starting a company, it is about creating value and solving meaningful solutions. An initiative of this scale is never the achievement of one individual or one team. It is the result of the vision and guidance of our leadership, the tireless efforts of our deans, directors, faculty members, mentors, coordinators, and the entire RIDE team. The valuable contribution of our industry experts and the countless people working behind the scenes in operations, IT, hospitality, housekeeping, security, and administration. And above all, it is the enthusiasm and participations of our students that gives RIDE its true spirit. To each and every person who contributed to RIDE 2026, I extend my heartfelt gratitude. As the slide says, this is not the end, it is just the beginning. But as we conclude these 4 days, I would like to emphasize on the same point that it is not the end, but it's the beginning. Our vision is to ensure that RIDE does not remain a 4-day experience, but becomes a mindset that students have to carry into their classrooms, laboratories, projects, careers, and ventures. We want to build an ecosystem where a problem becomes a research question questions become an insight becomes an idea becomes a prototype becomes a venture, and finally the venture creates an impact. As we close the 5th edition of RIDE, let us remember that research gives us the courage to understand, innovation gives us the courage to imagine, design gives us the courage to create, and entrepreneurship gives us the courage to execute. But impact gives all of it a purpose. So let us not say that RIDE 2026 has ended. Let us say that RIDE 2026 has begun its next journey, a journey from the classroom to the real world, from ideas to action, from potential to possibility, and ultimately from insight to impact. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
I change my glasses. Now when I see a problem, I see an opportunity. I don't complain about it. The first quality of an entrepreneur is, when you look at a problem, are you complaining about it or are you seeing it as an opportunity?
So Pune is actually हम मराठी में उसको बोलते कि शिक्षणाचं माहेरघर आहे. So it is actually motherland of education. And all kind of fraternities are there, all type of industries based in Pune. So we are building a regional innovation hub for Pune, which will cater to the all kind of startups, all kind of innovators and the researchers.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh, for taking us through the journey of RIDE 2026. The strength of any university lies in the quality of its academic environment, an environment where curiosity is encouraged, knowledge is questioned, and research is pursued, where students are given the confidence to explore beyond the conventional.
Academic leadership, therefore, carries a responsibility far beyond classrooms and curriculum. It is about creating an ecosystem where learning can evolve with the changing needs of the society and the world.
As the Chief Academic Officer of MIT World Peace University, Dr. Prasad Khandekar is associated with the academic leadership of an institution committed to excellence. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Dignitaries on the dais and dear second-year students of MIT World Peace University. There are two choking points in the world economy today. And any geopolitical war cannot afford to hit these two choking points, because the entire economy of the world may collapse if these two choking points are hit. Number one choking point of world economy is in Taiwan. And it's not a country, it is the company named as Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which manufactures the 70% of semiconductor chips of the entire world. Therefore, no country, including USA or any other country, can ever afford to hit Taiwan. The second country, the company in that country, the name of the company is Advanced Semiconductor Materials Lithography, manufactures the machines which are required to manufacture chips in Taiwan, and this company is located in Netherlands. Again, no country can afford to hit ASML in Netherlands, because all the countries and their economies will collapse. India today needs to become one of the future economies' choking points. And that choking point can only come through innovation, design, entrepreneurship. Long ago, we lost the bus of manufacturing to China and some South Asian countries. But today is the time for India to become Vikasit Bharat more than
10 trillion economy by 2047 only through innovation and entrepreneurship. There is no other way that we can become a 10 trillion economy. And with this vision, MIT World Peace University decided to have RIDE as a credit course where we sensitize our students across all disciplines, not only engineering, not only STEM, but also non-STEM students towards these 4 pillars of innovation, that is research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. A big round of applause to all the SY students for the enthusiastic participation in these RIDE events. And I am sure at the end of the 4th day today during the valedictory, most of you have at least understood what is expected from you in coming futures. As the Chief Academic Officer of the university, it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction that the purpose with which we brought this in academics is paying some fruits. And we have a vision by 2030 to have 1 startup per day on this campus. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward in this audience that some or the other people will come and create choking points for India to grow in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words and guidance. We now come to a moment of appreciation and gratitude. It is our privilege to felicitate the distinguished dignitaries who have graced this occasion with their presence and support. We would like to call upon Dr. Prasad Khandekar, sir, Chief Academic Officer of MIT World Peace University, co-conveners and conveners of RIDE, to kindly felicitate the guests.
We begin with our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Dilip Chinoy, Chairman, Bharat Web3 Association and former Secretary General, FICCI. Chairperson, FICCI Flow, Pune.
May we have a huge round of applause for the dignitaries. Once again for all our distinguished dignitaries. Now we would like to request the technical team to kindly play the LTC English version film.
Today's youth lives in a strange paradox, surrounded by consumerism, constant comparison, and pressure of social media. They appear confident and successful on the outside, but inside, many feel exhausted, confused, and often alone. In the pursuit of a good job, a perfect image, and visible success, they keep running. Yet in this race, the mind weakens, self-belief begins to shake, and the deeper meaning of life slowly fades away. Without even realizing it, many young people find themselves trapped in anxiety, stress, and emotional fatigue simply because they are never given the space to pause, to turn inward, and to truly understand themselves. It was to heal this inner fracture, to bridge this growing distance, and to reconnect young minds with their true selves that Dr. Rahul V. Karad envisioned the Life Transformation Center, LTC. This vision is deeply inspired by the life values of his father, Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad, and his mother, late Urmila Thai Karad, where education is not merely about building a career, but about shaping character, balance, and human sensitivity. At LTC, 5 carefully designed experiences work together to bring about inner transformation. Time spent with nature and the soil teaches that life is not about haste, but about patience and growing. Sports and fitness reconnect young minds with the energy they had forgotten. Through teamwork and leadership, students move beyond ego and discover the true strength of collaboration. True patriotism reconnects them with their nation, their roots, and their identity. And spirituality introduces them to inner stillness, a rare and powerful gift in today's restless world. As these experiences unfold, quiet transformation begins. Inner conflicts start to settle, the noise within grows softer, thoughts become deeper and more conscious. Students begin to understand themselves, not just from the outside, but from within.
घर पे सब कुछ बेहद आसानी से मिल जाता था, यहाँ पे सब कुछ खुद करना है, तो वो सारे टीचिंग्स के लिए काफ़ी थैंकफुल हूँ मैं, हमें यहाँ पे लाया और ये मौका दिया कि हम सब कुछ नया एक्सपीरियंस कर सकें।
हम लोग हमारे खुद के रूम्स ही डेली बेसिस पे साफ़ कर रहे थे, वॉशरूम साफ़ कर रहे थे, and that creates a positive impact on our surroundings as well as on our mindset.
And when the journey comes to an end, there is a new light on their faces, a glow that comes from inner clarity. They no longer look only for a career, they seek direction.
When I did agriculture, I went to the fields and I saw what farmers go through every day just to make grains to our plate. I was really grateful, I was really thankful.
जैसे ही हम लोगों ने फ़ोन सबमिट करे, हम लोगों को पता चला कि डिजिटल लाइफ से बाहर निकल के भी, अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकल कर, there are many things to do. हम लोगों ने सोशलाइजिंग की, हम लोगों का जितना पोटेंशियल भी नहीं था, उससे ज़्यादा हम लोगों ने दिया.
They don't just chase jobs, they discover purpose. Their confidence becomes steady, their decisions more grounded, and their professional lives reflect a new sense of balance and strength. In the end, they don't just feel that they have changed, they realize that within them always existed a bright, capable, and courageous self, one that is now finally awakened.
Entrepreneurship is not only about business and markets. It is about confidence, it is about leadership, and it is about creating opportunities for ourselves and those around us.
And when we speak about creating opportunities, the role of platforms that encourage women to lead, innovate, and participate becomes immensely important. We are privileged to have with us a distinguished leader who has been associated with this very spirit of professional growth, leadership, and women empowerment.
Our esteemed guest of honor, Mrs. Poonam Kochar, Chairperson, FICCI Flow Pune. Her association with FICCI Flow reflects a commitment to creating platforms where women can connect, learn, and lead, contribute meaningfully to the economic and social landscape.
Her journey is a reminder that leadership is not defined merely by a position, but by the ability to inspire others, create opportunities, and make a meaningful difference. And for the young entrepreneurs and innovators gathered here today, her experience and perspective makes her presence specially valuable.
Before we invite ma'am to share her thoughts with us, we would like to take a moment to know more about her journey and her achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the introductory video of our esteemed guest of honor, Mrs. Poonam Kochar.
Ms. Poonam Kochar is a dynamic business leader, executive presence coach, and passionate advocate for women's empowerment, bringing a rare blend of corporate sharpness and community purpose across aviation, travel, solar energy, and elder care. She has held leadership roles across diverse industries, including managing international airline partnerships at Interglobe Air Transport Limited, driving corporate sales strategy at Carlson Wagonlit Travel, and building operational excellence at Thomas Cook India Limited and International Travel House Limited. She currently serves as Senior Advisory Consultant at the UK-India Business Council, Executive Director of the British Business Group Pune, and Director at Yoda Elder Care Technologies Private Limited. She is also an executive presence coach and has served as a guest trainer at Mahindra Pride School, mentoring students in employability and life skills. Ms. Kochar's journey within FICCI FLO Pune spans 7 years, from member in 2019 to skilling head, joint treasurer, vice chair, and senior vice chair, before taking on the role of chairperson for 2026 to 27. As chairperson, her vision rests on 6 pillars: sustainability, skill building, economic empowerment, meaningful collaborations, strong governance, and engaged sisterhood, aimed at building a structured, future-ready FLO Pune where women can lead, scale, and influence. A warm welcome to Ms. Poonam Kochar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable dignitaries, respected faculty members, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and my young friends. It's a privilege to be here today at MIT, an institution that represents innovation, excellence, and limitless potential of young minds. As I stand before a hall filled with future entrepreneurs, innovators, and leaders, I'm reminded of a simple truth. Innovation begins the moment empathy meets action. We often associate innovation with technology, artificial intelligence, or groundbreaking inventions. But in reality, every meaningful innovation begins with a human insight, a deep understanding of a real problem, and the determination to solve it. The most powerful innovations are not born in boardrooms alone. They're born when someone notices a gap, feels a responsibility to act, and dares to imagine a better way. Throughout my own journey, I've discovered that insight is easy. Action is what creates impact. I spent more than 25 years in the aviation industries, working with some of the world's leading organizations. It was a great career, a very fulfilling one indeed, that taught me discipline, customer centricity, adaptability, and leadership. Yet, life has a fascinating way of pushing us towards new horizons. If someone had told me years ago that after spending over 2 decades in aviation, I would be working closely with entrepreneurs, leading a women's business organization, or supporting grassroots social impact initiatives and helping strengthen business relationships between India and the UK, I would probably have smiled and said, that's unlikely. But rarely life follows a straight line. And that brings me to a lesson I want every student in this room to remember. Careers today are no longer ladders, they are bridges. The willingness to cross the bridges, to embrace uncertainty, and to reinvent yourself often matters more than having a perfectly planned career path. One of the most transformative phases of my journey was my experience in the startup ecosystem through Yoda Elder Care. While it wasn't my own startup, but it gave me a front row seat to entrepreneurship and innovation. The insight behind the business was very simple, but rather profound. Families were struggling to care for aging parents while balancing careers and responsibilities across different cities and even different countries. The challenge wasn't merely healthcare, it was trust, dignity, companionship, and peace of mind. That experience taught me that innovation is not always about creating something revolutionary, but it is about understanding people better and responding to their needs with empathy and purpose. And that is why women-led innovation is so important. Women often bring unique perspectives because we experience and observe challenges differently. Women entrepreneurs today are building businesses that generate economic value while simultaneously addressing social challenges. They're proving that purpose and profitability can coexist. This brings me to the second part of our theme, inclusive growth. Inclusive growth is not charity, but it is smart growth. It is an economic multiplier. When women participate equally in entrepreneurship, innovation, and leadership, economies become stronger, communities become more resilient, and societies become more prosperous. Growth becomes meaningful only when it creates opportunities across gender, across geographies, and socio-economic backgrounds. Over the years, I've realized the biggest barrier is not often the capability, but it is the opportunity. Talent is everywhere, opportunity is not. And our collective responsibility is to bridge that gap. This is where ecosystems become very critical. Through Fiki Flow Pune, I have had the privilege of interacting with hundreds of women entrepreneurs, many of them first-generation business owners. Some started with a home recipe, some with a handmade craft, some with a social cause, but most did not begin with significant capital or influential networks. They began with courage. The courage to take the first step and believe in themselves. To the students and aspiring entrepreneurs in this room, let me just share a few thoughts. Do not wait for that perfect idea. Start with the problem worth solving. Do not wait until you know everything. Learn while doing. Build teams with diversity of thought. Collaborate more than you can compete. Seek mentors. Be curious. Stay humble. And remember, failure is a feedback, not a verdict. Every successful entrepreneur you admire has faced a rejection, setback, and moment of doubt. What separates them is not intelligence or luck, but it is resilience. As we look towards the future, we are entering into one of the most exciting periods in human history. Artificial intelligence, deep tech, climate, health tech, fintech, agriculture, social innovation, they're all reshaping industries and creating opportunities that previous generations could only imagine. Do not be merely consumers of technology. Become creators, become innovators, and step up. Now I would like to conclude with a quote that beautifully captures the essence of today's theme. When a woman innovates, a business may grow. But when many women innovate, an entire society grows. And I will leave you with one final thought. The next breakthrough startup, the next transformative technology, the next idea that changes lives may be sitting in this room here today. Believe in your ideas, believe in the ability to create change, and most importantly, have the courage to begin. Thank you, and my very best wishes to each one of you as you embark on your own journey from insight to impact. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We would now like to introduce our next guest of honor. We are living in a time where technology is not simply changing the way we work, it is changing the way we imagine what is possible. Among the most transformative forces in this technological revolution is artificial intelligence.
Among the most transformative forces in this technological revolution, and for young innovators, understanding technology is only the beginning. The real challenge lies in using technology responsibly, creatively, and purposefully to solve problems that matter. Our next guest of honor represents this intersection of technology, leadership, and innovation.
We are honored to welcome Dr. Diksha Malik, Vice President and Head of AI Center of Excellence at GOBP Reliance. Her professional journey in the field of artificial intelligence and emerging technologies makes her presence especially relevant at a platform like RIDE.
Because RIDE is ultimately about looking towards the future, understanding the challenges ahead, and developing the ideas, technologies, and solutions that can shape the future. For every student exploring technology today, the possibilities are enormous.
Before we invite ma'am to address us, let us take a closer look at her professional journey and contribution to the field of technology and artificial intelligence.
Dr. Diksha Malik. With over 15 years of experience in enterprise AI and data transformation, Dr. Malik currently serves as Vice President and Head of the AI Center of Excellence at GOBP, a Reliance Industries and BP joint venture, where she leads enterprise-wide AI and generative AI transformation. She previously held senior data and AI leadership roles at PI Securities, Dunnhumby Tesco, Target, Lowe's, and Pomelo Fashion, and holds a doctorate in business administration in AI and data sciences from Rennes School of Business, France. A distinguished Toastmaster, she's also deeply passionate about mentoring the next generation of AI professionals. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Diksha Malik.
Thank you for the kind introduction.
Thank you for the kind introduction, and thank you so much for the dignitaries and professors to invite me here.
There is an echo.
I think there is an echo.
Sorry? It's not audible?
It's not audible. It's not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
There is a lot of echo.
There is a lot of echo. There is a lot of echo.
Can I? It works.
Can I? It works. Can I? It works.
So this is to awake all of you.
So this is to awake all.
I want to connect. You can use this. One second. Correct.
Check. Hey. Check.
We can try it. It works. Hello? Check. It works. At the back? It works? Perfect. Why I'm using this mic is to connect with all of you and to awake you. I'm not sure, but thank you to Ms. Poonam Kochar. After his wonderful address to all of you, I'm not sure what I'm going to speak. Let me just walk you through a little bit about myself, which is apart from what is being kindly introduced about me. I am a student here. Can you guess what I am going to study here? Anybody? You will win a prize from me. Anybody? No, I am a student here because when I came here, it was said that I am here for the admissions to the university, which means I am one of you. I am one of you to be part of you. Right? And AI, if I have to come and talk about AI, how many of you have used AI so far? I was expecting more hands. Come on, guys, we are living in AI era. More, you don't have to shy about it if you are not using AI or using AI. Sir, ma'am, how about you? So technology is like that. We have to connect with each other, otherwise AI won't work. Sorry about that. If you are not going to resonate what I am saying, then AI is not going to resonate what you are telling your tools to do. That's what I wanted to discuss and talk about that. So it is a question to my peers sitting here. I'm sure you would have remembered how AI has been born, Excels, dashboards. If you agree or disagree, how we reported our data into that. And if I have to understand and walk you through the journey of AI, AI was introduced in 1956. Can you imagine? It is not because of ChatGPT. It came way back 1956. But AI is something which is something, it is not going to replace you or do something about it. One of the questions being asked to me just before this, what is one thing which is not going to replace us, especially students who are just learning about AI? It is your critical thinking. It is your design thinking. Coming from the corporate industry experience for over 15 years of experience, if I have remembered or used one thing, is about your critical thinking. How are you using your first design principles? First design principles in common language, you know, everybody knows there are 5 W's. Why I'm doing it? Why do we need AI first in place? Why? For whom are you going to use this AI for? What are the goals and objectives are you achieving through that AI? See, AI is just a mere technology. AI is not going to replace anybody if they are going to critically think about how to use and design AI. Where are you going to deploy? When are you going to deploy for that? More than AI is more than ChatGPT or any tools you are using, that is something, the fundamentals and the concepts you have to believe in. The lift and shift strategy is something the students, they have to gain today rather than focusing on some bookish or tools knowledge as per se. How many of you are here who has built a website as per se, their own website? Amazing to hear from the first row. No students have built their own website. Very strange to hear. Very strange. So how many of you actually used Claude Code to build your website? You don't have to shy about it. Otherwise, I will be sitting it here just like that. So if you can use the AI tools to accelerate your journey, one thing you have to remember, AI does hallucinates. So what are the steps are you taking to avoid AI being hallucinating? Is having human in the loop, which is you, your business user, your customer in the picture so that AI doesn't hallucinate. And second thing, which is something everybody should use, which is very important, the AI security, the governance. What are the governance rules and the methodologies you are going to apply on AI? And I want to leave with 5 C's as well, along with 5 W's, which are very important. One is critical thinking, which I've already talked about that. Without that, AI or any kind of business doesn't work, which will not be replaced by anybody, first of all. Second thing is, how are you able to collaborate within yourself with AI tools? Third thing is, how are you able to communicate that tools or AI as per se with your customers? Very important. Fourth thing is curiosity. How is this curiosity is going to help you to build better tools or learning about AI? You would be very happy or excited to understand as well. In corporate, many senior peers and the leaders are also reading about AI. Going back to the fundamental principles, it's not the Gen Zs who are doing it, by the way. And the last C which I want to leave it around is the consistency. It's very important how consistent are you there in your fundamentals, in your concepts, which is another C, by the way, concepts. How consistent are you there with your learning around these things? That is why is AI going to make you successful. Otherwise, AI is going to replace you. If you want AI not to replace you, start following these 5C from now onwards if you have not then thought about it. Thank you. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for those insightful and inspiring words. Every generation experiences a moment when the rules of the world begin to change. Today, emerging technologies, digital ecosystems, and new models of innovation are transforming the way industries function and the way businesses create value.
In such a rapidly evolving environment, young entrepreneurs need not only technical knowledge, but also an understanding of the industry, leadership, markets, and larger ecosystem in which innovation operates. It is therefore a great privilege to have with us a leader whose experience spans industry, leadership, and emerging technologies.
Our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Chenoy, Chairman of the Bharat Web3 Association and former Secretary General of the FICCI. His extensive experience and leadership in the industry ecosystem offers valuable perspectives on the changing world of business, technology, and innovation.
For researchers, innovators, and entrepreneurs present here today, his journey offers an opportunity to understand how ideas can move beyond experimentation and become part of a larger ecosystem for impact. And that transition from an idea to an application, from innovation to impact, is precisely what we celebrate at RIDE. Therefore, before we invite Sir to share his thoughts with us, we would like to present a glimpse into his distinguished personal journey and achievements.
Dilip Chenoy is a prominent Indian business strategist, industry leader, and policy expert who has played a vital role in shaping India's industrial, automotive, and digital policies, holding top leadership positions across several of India's most influential trade and skill development bodies. He currently serves as chairman of the Bharat Web3 Association. He previously served as Secretary General of FICCI, 2018 to 2021, founding Managing Director and CEO of the National Skill Development Corporation, 2010 to 2015, and Director General of the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, 2004 to 2010. He also spent nearly 2 decades at the Confederation of Indian Industry, rising to Deputy Director General, and contributed to global industrial competitiveness research as part of a Harvard Business School project led by Professor Michael Porter. Mr. Chenoy holds a Bachelor of Science, Honours, in Chemistry from Delhi University and an MBA, He was awarded the Indian Achievers Award in 2018 for corporate excellence and nation building, and holds an honorary Doctor of Education and Skill Development. A very warm welcome to Mr. Dilip Chenoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Chenoy.
So first of all, thank you, Akshat and Rakshita, for that introduction. Just give me a copy, show it to my wife, so she'll say I've at least done something in life, right? So anyway, Dr. Karad, who's not here, Dr. Khandekar, who's left, Ms. Poonam Kochar, Dr. Diksha Malik, Professor Vinod Shastri, Dr. Dipali, Dr. Deepak Utkarsh, faculty, guests, and students. Good afternoon. It's truly a joy to be here, because if there's one thing in my life that I love doing is to be among students and learn from them. I've had 5 of your colleagues shadowing me since I arrived in the morning. I can tell you I've learned a lot, and I look forward to learning from this interaction. I would like to thank the MIT World Peace University for this opportunity to interact with some of the best minds that you are. And while I was preparing for this, I thought, what can I do? You guys here, last 3 days, hearing so many lectures, seeing so much things. It's the end of the session. Guys are looking forward to a good dinner, looking forward to a movie, looking forward to doing something. But one thing you are not looking forward to is looking at me speaking to you. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to interact with each one of you. And I'm going to actually take something what Diksha a bit forward. But let me try and share with you what I feel is the future of the digital world. How would it change work? How would it impact what you are doing? And I'll demonstrate that to you in the next 3 minutes. So again, when Diksha asked you a question, how many of you used AI, right? I'm going to ask you a question, same question, in a different format. How many of you used a Chat GPT over the last 3 days? Hands up, everyone, come on. Can't be honest, right? Almost everybody in this room has used Chat GPT over the last 3 days. अब तो असाइनमेंट बनाने के लिए चैट जीपीटी तो मस्ट है ना, राइट? टीचर्स को भी नहीं पता कि क्या चैट जीटीपी है. If you want to teach, you'll use humanizer or something like that, right? Okay. Now let me ask you a second question. This is very important. And think about it when you're answering. If I'd asked the same question, how many of you have used AI or chat GPT in the right session in 2022, how many hands would have gone up? Percentage? How many hands? Just a percentage. What would be the percentage? Give me a rough idea. Okay, let me cut the suspense. If it's anything other than 0, your answer is wrong. Because in September of 2022, ChatGPT was not launched. So imagine the guys who were there in RIDE in 2022 did not have the advantage of using technology to create your products, which you have done over the last 3 days. And how far ago was 2022 and today? Only 4 years. What's the length of your BTech? 4 years. So what's going to happen? Just understand why it is important and why this session is important for you. In 4 years, what you learned in the first year may become obsolete or maybe get overtaken by something that comes out in your 3rd or 4th year. Okay? ChatGPT was launched in November 30th, 2022. 2 months, how many people? In 5 days, 1 million users. In two months, 100 million users. right? And of course, today, as Deepshika mentioned, there's Claude, there's all sorts of other things that is there. Now imagine how quickly the world is changing, and its technology is digital. So you go to sleep at night, tomorrow morning something has actually developed, okay? This university actually set up the AI Center of Excellence in 2021, before ChatGPT actually came up, and I want to compliment them for thinking about it and setting it up. So you heard Deepshika talk about, AI, the importance of AI. I think what we are no longer asking, what is AI? The question that each one of you and each one of us should ask ourselves is, what can I do with AI today? And that change is happening fast. We are moving from AI that merely answers questions, right? Like I did a prompt, when was ChatGPT launched, how many, that's what I did, right? But we are going to move to AI systems that can take actions on our behalf. Okay, let me make it more understandable and tangible. For example, some of you in computer sciences, right? Today in software development, AI coding agents are already being integrated into actual projects, not just as experiments, but as essential parts of the workflow. So what does this mean for you? You'll pick up, like you said, Claude, right? And say, hey, design a system for me. Your next prompt will be, test 3 alternatives. Your next prompt will be, simulate performance under these constraints. And voila, you'll say, now fix this model. And then like Deepshika said, hey, are you hallucinating or what? And you'll verify it. So a human element is there. AI just won't respond. It'll actively collaborate with you. I have a very senior colleague in the law profession who has trained AI. He starts his ChatGPT prompt with, Namaskar, how are you? Right? This means that the role of an engineer, all of you are studying some form of engineering, or maybe not engineering. I'm told that all of you are studying engineering. So what will it change? You will no longer manually write stuff. Manually writing everything, you will change to directing intelligent systems. So manager, directing, there's a difference, right? And this transformation is not just limited to software. If you think it's software, and let me give you 5 examples. I was told that you are from different areas, say manufacturing. In 2024 alone, over 500,000 industrial robots were installed worldwide. Already 10x that number were operating. In healthcare, robotic-assisted surgeries are taking place globally, enhancing precision and speeding up recovery time. And guess what? A doctor is actually performing a surgery that he's going to perform on you virtually on a robot before he gets into the operation theater to be able to do that surgery precisely and with least loss. It's happening today. It didn't happen a few years ago. In India also, we're witnessing this. In manufacturing clusters, logistic hubs, where automation and sensors and AI are starting to reshape productivity. Interestingly, I want to leave one perspective with you, and this is very important when you think of the future of the digital world and what it will do, the future of AI and applications. In India today, there are about 8.92 small and medium enterprises, out of which the micro, which is 1 or 2 persons, is 8.86 crores. And if you look at it, the small enterprises is just about 5,39,000. The medium enterprises about 41,000, and large companies vary from 50 to 70,000. What the digital economy means for them and the work that they're going to do differs. Now, I was at a place like this with a lot of small and medium company people there. So I said, sir, how can we use AI in our business? I said, okay. How many of you have ChatGPT? Hands went up. I said, why don't you type one question? You say, what is the biggest problem that your company is facing? So they typed it in. I said, now, the next question, see, what are the free internet resources that I can get to actually help me solve this problem? They got a list. Now say, which is the most efficient and can you solve the problem? They got an answer. That is how a lot of the small businesses are going to use. And if you are working in that business, you need to understand how to work across different platforms going forward. The world in which you graduate, Dr. Khandekar talked about two words, Taiwan and advanced materials, right? The world that you will graduate, I don't know. If you say that 2 years from now when you graduate, how will the world look at? I frankly don't know with what's happening here. But the shift that I'm describing is already in motion. And here is the most crucial part. You're not merely stepping into the future. Over the last 3 days, you have learned a process where you will help create it. So you're not stepping into the future, you're going to help create the future. In fact, there's a nice version of this quote on the table. The future digital world, what does it mean? We often hear about AI, blockchain, robotics, digital twins, immersive technologies as separate areas. So, mechanical, civil, petrochemical, all verticals, right? The world is not going to be vertical. The world is going to converge. It's about convergence. We are heading into a time where digital systems are not just tools. They are no longer something we use occasionally. They are becoming the environment in which we work, design, manufacture, and collaborate. Let me give you a manufacturing example so that you understand. Pune is an automotive cluster, and you notice that I have worked in SIAM. So you'll see AI systems continue improving production. Robots carrying out specific tasks with precision. Sensors streaming real-time data from every machine. If you go into your automotive lab and the battery management system is nothing but that. A digital twin will simulate the entire factory. Blockchain will record and ensure traceability of every component. And immersive interfaces will allow global teams to collaborate within the same virtual world. Now take a moment to reflect. This is not science fiction. I am not talking science fiction. I'm talking what is actually happening today and the direction multiple technologies are taking at the same time. And here is the key takeaway. The future will not belong to individual technologies. I said this earlier. It belongs to those who understand these technologies and how these technologies work together, such as what you've been doing over the last 3 years. And most importantly, in the context of India, it will amplify entrepreneurial and job opportunities and not replace them. So for the future, what do you do when the digital environment is changing? Start with the problem, not the technology. What's the problem that you're trying to solve, right? And one of the most important lessons from the RIGHT program is this. Innovation does not start with technology. It starts with identifying a problem. Not let's use blockchain, but where is trust lacking in the system, for example? Not let's build a robot, but what task is so difficult to do, or what has to be done with so much precision and is dangerous or repetitive or inefficient for human beings? You have to ask the question. I believe many of you already discovered this as you have done it. Because when you start building, you quickly realize something. The hardest part is not technology. This is where engineering science, and all of you engineers, all of you shine. Because real world academic issues cut across boundaries. They actually, no real world life program is one discipline. A healthcare issue is also a data challenge. A climate issue relates to materials. A mobility issue relates to systems. A rural development issue relates to both policy and design. That's why interdisciplinary thinking is become essential. It's no longer optional. Watch movies, look at literature, join something. Just go behind your system. You need to have, your education should be a T, very strong in your vertical and connecting the dots across horizontal so that you can actually make change happen. I think what will stand out isn't perfection. A lot of people saying, I've got to be perfect. It's intent. The intent to address real issues. And that's where the innovation begins. Your discipline is a starting point, not a boundary, whether it's civil, mechanical, or whatever, chemical, petroleum. And as an engineer, you have to navigate both the worlds, the digital world and the physical world. And like I said, these worlds are merging. Right? The next change, which I believe is going to happen and has been mentioned earlier, so I'm just going to repeat it. There's going to be a shift. For long careers followed a particular path. You either became an engineer, doctor, or a chartered accountant. What did you study? It's not the question, what did you study? It's the question, what can you do? And for those of you who really want to understand this, go back to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech on 15th of July 2015, where he said, this person came to me, sir, I'm a BCom student, get me a job. What can you do? Sir, I'm a BCom student. What can you do? I'm a BTech, right? In your capacity. But can you identify problems? Can you build solutions? Can you test quickly? Can you learn from failure? And can you communicate clearly? And ultimately, and Dr. Shastri used this word, and so did Dr. Kharandekar, can you create impact? Your degree will open doors, but your skill will define your journey. When I was in NSDC, I used to tell people, there's a faith, हमारे हाथ में हमारी तकदीर लिखी हुई है. I used to tell people, अपने हाथ से खुद अपना तकदीर बनाओ. And that's what you can do with skills. That's what you can do if you actually look at combining the world of digital world and the physical world. AI changes the scale, but the human value shifts towards judgment, creativity, ethics, leadership, and communication. Asking the right questions is important because while AI can generate answers, it cannot define purpose. So let me say that in all this digital world, something remains uniquely human. Technology does not determine what is ethical, what is fair, or what is meaningful. That is our job. Our job is humans and engineers. And that's what your job in the future will be. And as engineers, this responsibility is greater. Because fundamentally, you're generating and creating systems that impact lives. And as you leave this program, this 3-day program, think beyond titles. Focus on your contributions. So like you heard earlier, just embrace 3 habits. Very simple. Experiment constantly. Stay curious. Invest in people. So like I said, when I began, I'd like to paint a picture of the digital work, share something and what it means for the future of work, and leave you with some thoughts on how to prepare for it. I've tried in my own way, in a simple way. I hope I've been able to communicate that. And one final thought. 3 days ago, you came here with ideas. Today, you leave with experience. Some ideas will flourish, some will evolve, some may fade away. But all of them are important because you have begun to think like builders. So just don't prepare for the future, help shape it. Just don't learn tools, use them to tackle meaningful problems. And just don't ask what you can build. Ask, what problem can I solve? What future can I create? And who will benefit it? Because while technology helps build the future will actually be crafted of you. So bring your curiosity, bring your courage, and bring your imagination, and go out there to build a world worth living here. So I want to leave you with one quote, and for those of you who have thought of Amir Khan, so those of you who have seen Three Idiots, remember one thing, Kabil bano mere dost, kamyabi aapke piche bhagegi. Of course, he uses the adjective, and I thought I won't do that. So thank you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and inspiring words.
From innovation that transforms ideas to actions that transforms lives, let us take today's ceremony towards a cause that reminds us of the importance of compassion and social responsibility.
We now present Mission Neki, Grain Donation Drive 4.0.
Mission Neki extends its heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, founder of MIT World Peace University, and Dr. Rahul Karad sir, Executive President of MIT World Peace University, for their constant guidance and support.
Founded by Mudit Jain, Mission Neki began with surplus food drives with a simple yet powerful motto,
which is, खाना नाली की जगह किसी की थाली में जाना चाहिए.
Last year, the team successfully collected and donated 13,000 kilograms of grains, impacting more than 1,400 families.
This year, the mission is to go beyond that milestone.
Each donated kit consists of 5 kilograms of wheat, 3 kilograms of rice, and 2 kilograms of chana, with introduction of plant-based protein to make the kit even more nutritious. We request the tech team to please play the video of Mission Neki.
Every day, millions of people wake up wondering where their next meal will come from. While food is wasted every day, millions still struggle to access it. But what if one small act of kindness could change that? That's exactly where Mission Neki steps in. The only social initiative club of MIT WPU, built on one simple belief: खाना नाली में नहीं, किसी की थाली में जाना चाहिए. We believe that kindness should not just be spoken about, it should be put into action. And over the years, that belief has become a movement. Through our food redistribution initiatives, we have touched the lives of 18,000 plus people, ensuring that surplus food reaches those who need it instead of going to waste. And by this, our journey has taken us far beyond campus. From being invited to the G20 Interfaith Summit, where we had the opportunity to share our vision of reducing food waste and promoting sustainable living, to celebrating Har Ghar Deepavali, spreading light, sweets, and smiles across underprivileged communities in all 29 states of India, and even reaching families internationally. We've partnered with McDonald's to bring the joy of food to children. Through Project She, we work towards menstrual dignity by distributing 10,000 plus sanitary pads to underserved women over a span of 6 months. With Hamara Tiranga Hamari Zimmedari, we encourage people to respectfully dispose of our national flag and understand the responsibility that comes with it. And last year, during the Maharashtra floods, Project Manuski stood with families in crisis by providing essential supplies when they needed them the most. But now, it's time for the next chapter, Grain Donation 4.0. For for the 4th consecutive year, we are coming together with one simple mission: to make sure no family sleeps hungry. In the last 3 editions, together we distributed thousands of kilograms of wheat and rice, reaching nearly 3,000 families. And this year, we want to go even bigger. But we can't do it alone. Whether you wish to donate, volunteer, or simply become a part of a movement that believes kindness can change lives, we'd love to have you with us. Follow us on Instagram, connect with us, and join us in making grain donation drive.
As Mission Neki makes it to its 4th year, we proudly begin Grain Donation Drive 4.0.
And today we invite our esteemed dignitaries to be part of this meaningful beginning. Please give a huge round of applause.
We request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward and pour a handful of grains as we officially inaugurate the drive. Because sometimes the smallest act of giving can become someone's reason to smile. नेकी की बात है, नेकी का काम है.
Thank you to all the esteemed dignitaries for being a part of this meaningful initiative. Behind every successful event is a team that works tirelessly, often away from the spotlight, to ensure that every detail comes together. RIDE 2026 is no exception.
Now, we would like to request our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Prasad Khandekar, sir, come on stage and felicitate our convener, Professor Dr. Vinod Shastri. We would like our dignitaries to felicitate our convener, Professor Dr. Vinod Shastri, sir. We now take this opportunity to recognize and felicitate the core team of RIDE 2026 MIT World Peace University by our respected dignitaries.
We begin with the leadership of the organizing team.
Yash Bankapure, overall coordinator.
Rishabh Mutsu, student mentor.
Aryan Ravi, student advisor.
Tahir Hussain, student advisor.
Shikant Takavle, student advisor.
We now move towards the various departments that made RIDE 2026 possible. First, we have the team responsible for ensuring that our interaction with distinguished speakers and guests was seamless.
Representing Speaker Relations, we have Arnav Bhalgad, organizer, and Sanvi Gupta, department head.
Next comes the team that ensure that the event moves smoothly behind the scenes, coordinating logistics, movement, and execution.
Representing operations, we have Daksh Keshwani, organizer, Moksh Surana, department head, and Ruchita Ravindra Pisi, department head.
Every successful event needs a strong voice and a strong presence. Representing marketing, we have Sania Nayak, organizer, and Ishwari Khedkar, department head.
Technology forms the backbone of any modern event, ensuring that every presentation, transition, and technical requirement runs seamlessly. Representing the technical department, we have Ala Ajmal Malik, organizer.
From visual identity to creative communication, design gives an event to its personality. Presenting design and animations, we have Rishu Raj, organizer.
The moments of RIDE 2026 will live on through stories, visuals, and memories captured by the media team. Representing media, we have Tushar Gite, organizer, and Chirag Bhatt, department head.
The spirit of entrepreneurship is the heart of RIDE. This department works towards strengthening the connection with startup ecosystem. Representing startup relations and Vadwani cohort, we have Parnika Tiwari, an organizer.
And of course, every stage needs a voice to carry its story. Representing the voice of RIDE department, we have
Akshit Kampasi, organizer, and Rakshita Sri Srinivasan, department head.
meaningful events are built through partnerships. Representing partnerships and collaborations, we have Panchuve, organizer.
Another huge round of applause for the entire RIDE 2026 core team. Your dedication, teamwork, and perseverance have truly brought RIDE 2026 to life. And now, as we approach the final moments of this journey, let us look back one more time.
We have the technical team to play the after movie.
I wanna let my hair down while I'm staring down your face. Wanna go till lights out. Take a ride back to my place. You watch your mind. If you don't know what this is, I tell them one by one, some one by one. Twist my wrist. Girls like this, start with a track. Eyes on me, watching my back. Just like this, here for the night. Doing burning, just keep watching. Girls like this, move from the back. Eyes on me, hate like that. Just like this, here for the night. Doing burning, just keep watching. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. Yeah, the universe is one big place. It's hard to cut through all the noise. And people tell you just to play it safe, like you don't even have a choice. I don't know how to be loved down here. I don't need to be somebody to someone. Day I know that I'll disappear. So while I'm here, I run the red lights just to see how it feels, waving my hands high, not even touching the wheel, drinking the moonlight. And the heaven I feel goes on forever and ever and ever. Red lights just to see how it feels, waving my hands high, not even touching the wheel, drinking the moonlight. And the heaven I feel goes on forever and ever and ever.
From the first idea to the final presentation, from nervous beginnings to confident pitches, from research to innovation, and from individual efforts to collective achievements, RIDE 2026 has been a journey worth remembering. Memories become timeless when they are captured together, but before that, we would also like to welcome Ryan Duseja, Shravani Bhalerao, Isha Patil, organizers RIDE 2026 to get felicitated. Can we have a round of applause, guys, everyone? We now request all our esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, organizers of the RIDE 2026 team to kindly join us for the group photograph.
Can we get a huge round of applause for the entire team?
As we come closer to the conclusion of this memorable ceremony, it is time to express our gratitude to everyone who has contributed to making RIDE 2026 a success.
We now invite Utkarsh Bankapure, overall coordinator, RIDE 2026, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, our conveners and co-conveners, Dr. Vinod Shastri sir, Dipali Javade ma'am, and Dr. Deepak Prashar sir, distinguished deans, program directors, faculty members, and my dear student colleagues. A very good afternoon to everyone. As the overall coordinator of RIDE 2026, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks as we come to the culmination of this year's RIDE. RIDE 2026 has been a journey of planning, coordination, learning, challenges, and teamwork. Most importantly, it has been a journey of bringing this year's theme, Insight to Impact, to life. I would first like to express my deepest gratitude to Dr. Professor Vishwanath Karad sir, our founder president, for giving us the vision and ecosystem that enables initiatives like these to grow. I sincerely thank Dr. Rahul Karad sir and Dr. Aditi Karad ma'am for their constant encouragement and support towards student-led initiatives. My heartfelt gratitude to our convener, Dr. Vinod Shastri sir, and the co-conveners, Dipali Javade ma'am and Dr. Deepak Prashar sir, for their guidance throughout the journey. A special mention to Ms. Dipali Kharkanis for her constant support and involvement throughout the process. I extend my sincere gratitude to all speakers, mentors, and exhibitors at the Expo who contributed their time, expertise, and experience to make RIDE a meaningful learning platform for our students. A special thank you to Mr. Hitesh Porwal, founder of BitStart, and Mr. Dayakar Murthy, sir, from the Vadvani Foundation for the valuable support. I would also like to acknowledge our deans, program directors, division spokes, departmental spokes, and class teachers for coordinating with the students and ensuring the smooth implementation of the bootcamp program. My sincere appreciation to our division coordinators, Girish sir from Division 1, Vinita ma'am from Division 2, Ruchika ma'am from Division 2, Satish sir and Deobrat sir from Division 3, and Mr. Sarang Gore sir from Division 4 for managing the coordination across their respective divisions. I would also like to thank Dr. Priya ma'am and Lisa ma'am from the alumni team and the entire CAP team for their support. A very special thank you to all the teams that work tirelessly behind the teams. The events team, operations department, purchase team, IT team, media team, marketing and branding department, security and vigilance department, hospitality team, and the student affairs team. I would also like to thank Govardhan sir and the entire security department for ensuring the safety and smooth movement of everyone throughout the event. A sincere appreciation goes to Mr. Piyush Shah sir, Akshata ma'am, Dhaval sir from the events department, Shitish sir and the entire operations team, Nilesh sir and the entire purchase and accounts team, Pankaj sir from the IT department, Deepak Khedkar sir from the media team, Ghosh sir, Akshay sir from the marketing and branding department. A special thank you to Noila ma'am, Sunil Karad sir, Ratnakar sir and Komti sir for managing the travel and accommodation of our guests throughout the event. Along with that, I would like to thank Ketki ma'am and Aarti ma'am for arranging the hospitality and guest room for the speakers. And now I come to the workforce of this entire team, our student organizing committee. Thank you to ESL and Innovation Hub, the student clubs that once again collaborated to create an impact. Our advisors, R.N. Gowri, Tahir Hussain and Nishikant Takawale, and our mentor Rishabh Muchal for guiding the student team throughout this journey. To every organizer and head who took ownership of their responsibilities, thank you for showing up whenever the team needed you. And to our 175 student volunteers, thank you. From early mornings to late evenings, from managing guests and students to handling the smallest on-ground requirements. Without your support and without your work, RIDE wouldn't have happened. At the RIDE 2025's validity ceremony last year, I stood on this stage as the overall coordinator of Startup Expo and concluded my vote of thanks by saying that we as students would make RIDE better for the students. We listened to the feedback, we identified what could be improved, and this year we introduced a more structured experience, dedicated boot camps for our 4 pillars: research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. Hands-on classroom learning, strong mentorship, and a more connected journey from insight to impact. We did not want students to simply attend RIDE. We wanted them to experience it, participate in it, and learn it by doing. To everyone who contributed to this journey, whether your work was visible on stage or happened quietly behind the scenes, thank you. Thank you for trusting us, supporting us, and giving students the opportunity to turn inside into impact. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Utkarsh. Now, before moving forward, we would like our panelists to take a group photograph with the audience today.
We would like to invite Deepali Jable ma'am for your insights.
Hello, dignitaries on the dais. Thank you for gracing this occasion. It was really overwhelming for us to receive you on this campus. Students, I know that now we are to the end of this ceremony, the 4-day session of RIDE. I'm here not to take much more time of yours. I'll speak hardly for a minute or two. Yes, RIDE. When we started with the inauguration, my team introduced that you want to learn out of this, that you are meant for that. Today I'm asking all of you few things related to this. Now, you might have heard about the thought, everyone cannot become an entrepreneur, isn't it? But everyone cannot be a researcher too, everyone cannot be an innovator too. I'd like to ask you, what would you like to become after this 4 days journey of RIDE? Don't give me any answer. Ask yourself whether you would like to become a researcher, an innovator, designer, or an entrepreneur. And if you get the answer of this, we may say that, yes, this event was a successful event. Yes, I'm again here to thank the core team too. We have felicitated all the team heads, different team, organizing team heads we have felicitated. But if you see in this very floor over here, we see many student volunteers in the blue t-shirts. Blue t-shirt students, please raise your hand at least. We could see you. Thank you one and all. 4 days they are on their toes to make this event very, very successful. Team Aryan, Utkarsh, Rishabh, and all the volunteers over here, relentlessly, they have worked for a month or more. And these 4 days, I have seen many of them did not have their food even on time. So thank you one and all. Hats off to your efforts. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As we formally conclude this celebration of research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship, let us come together in pride and unity.
May I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
With that, we come to the conclusion of the 5th Research, Innovation, Design and Entrepreneurship RIDE 2026.